Hello, junkies, and welcome back to another review at AFJ. Now, we have brought to you a new Mego figure. Now, as you know, Mego had signed a deal with Target last year. This deal has expired. It was an exclusive deal. Target also helped them relaunch. So, with that, a whole new line of figures were announced, and one of which we really wanted was Nosferatu, which is obviously based on Max Schreck's portrayal from the original Nosferatu film. Now, we really wanted this figure. We really wanted this figure last Halloween. However, as we got Dracula and Frankenstein, we were really looking forward to more of the Universal-style monsters. Never thought that we'd see Nosferatu, especially with 14 points of articulation, the cloth outfit, all of it. It's just fantastic. So we're going to do a very hard thing here today is we're actually going to open this figure. Now, we had a special order this figure from Entertainment Earth. Now, Entertainment Earth had several of the new monster line, which included the horror line, we should say. That included Freddy, a new Frankenstein, and a new werewolf. Nosferatu was really the one we wanted it the second they announced this new wave of figures. Now, there is a new Nosferatu coming with glow-in-the-dark features. However, this is a more traditional, love the fact that it's like a black and white style, very cool. It's got these great, brilliant blue eyes. I'm just looking at it right now, and this is really cool. Now, it's an 8-inch figure, has 14 points of articulation. We're going to put it to the test today, and we're really going to find out just how good it really is. Now, as we go, we'll start real slow here with the package. We did notice that here it says that it is 5,810, but there is no number of how many it's supposed to be out of. So we're assuming that it's maybe 6,000, if not 60,000. Since this isn't really like a number of too much of a significance, we're okay with that, but we were going to open them anyway. Now, the packaging here is slightly different. All the horror packages now have a little bit more of a flair to them, a little bit more character-based. Obviously, we have a scene here from the original film when the vampire is actually on top of the boat when he's coming into the city. We do have the castle here on the back. We have Nosferatu here. And then we have a really good trivia question, which I did not know this. And this puts this original Max Schreck Nosferatu up there with Count Orlok, as we should say. I notice I don't think it says Count Orlok anywhere on here. That Count Orlok, or Nosferatu, is actually only in the film for 9 minutes. His entire screen time is 9 minutes. So that's fascinating. So, of course, we have Marty Abrams here on the back, and then we have special thanks to Dr. Mego, the sculptor, Sean Sampson, and the seamstress, Rachel Baker. So if you didn't know, AFJ got to interview Marty Abrams at Toy Fair. We did see him, Count Orlok, Nosferatu, for the very first time in person, and we were like, wow, that's a great figure. So here we go, the painful part of actually opening the figure. Now, we've got several of these now, and we're really starting to enjoy opening our toys. It sounds weird, but it's one of our privileges and something that we're really starting to get into here at AFJ. So the packaging is awesome, really cool with the character. I mean, once it's open, I don't know why I'm so cautious, but you take him out, sort of preserved here for all time, but not really. So let's do a quick smell test. Ooh, wow, some heavy duty, wow. That's some heavy duty paint on Count Orlok here. So let's get him out of this. Now, no accessories here, except you could say that his coat isn't his shoes. He does have shoes. Shoes are an accessory. The coat here is Velcroed. Did not know that. See, this is what happens if you don't open these toys. You're never going to know it. So he can be beefier, at the club, Count Orlok, as you want to say. And he's got a nice ascot here. So, and he's got Velcro clothes in the back. So he should have a Mego tattoo on his back. There it is. See, these are other cool things you're never going to see if you never open them. So let's seal this up here, bring the coat back. But this coat is fantastic. I mean, he really went all out. Reminds me a lot of what NECA has been doing lately with their 8-inch figures. The price point here, though, he's only $12.99, where NECA's figures are anywhere from $25.99 to $29.99. There is a new It coming that's going to be very expensive. So, as you can see here, these aren't gauntlets, but the sleeves almost just stop, and we get this extra layer of color and different type of material sewn into the jacket here. Very, very nice. So far, I'm in awe. I think it's fantastic. So we do have the great hands of Nosferatu, as you can see here, and you bend him down. Not a lot of articulation, but he's on the creepy side. And then we do have, you kind of have to put the hands out like this, and there we go. Well, we haven't even done a stand test yet, so I got to bring him back here. So we put him out here to stand. And now, this is a foam. I'm still working on that foam particle board. MJ has promised me some sort of whiteboard that we can rest all of our figures on. But there he is. Let's make him look right at the camera. So, yeah, really cool. Definitely worth it, especially if you're a big Halloween fan, and I am. We celebrated 31 days of horror figures here on AFJ, and Nosferatu, the Super 7 version, was actually in that list on the day that the film premiered in 1979, the remake, obviously, with Werner Herzog. We do have great points of articulation, so we can do a... I kind of like doing, sometimes I like doing the rock poses or like dancing poses, so we could do that. I don't know if he could stand. He might be able to stand just a little bit, but the shoes are rubber, so they're really kind of neat. It gives him a little bit better grip. So there he is, standing on one tippy toe, doing a little dance there for you. Very, very cool. The points of articulation are great. You have to be careful, though, of the joints, because these joints are kind of pulled together with like a band, and you can feel it. You can hear it. Hear that? You got to be careful of that, though. So it didn't break it. It's still good. And these sleeves are really on here, so even if he did pop out. Now, this arm feels a little loose, as you can see. Kind of surprised by that. This one, not so much, but that one's a little loose, obviously. So far, that's our biggest complaint. But, a figure like this, he's obviously going to be used for photographs and posed, and he is going to be like a Halloween perennial, always out, always on display, and ready to rock your holiday season. So bring the packaging back in here real quick. Gotta say that as figures go, I never thought I'd own a Nosferatu figure. And in some ways, if you're really a big fan of Buck Rogers, he's very close to the... I cannot remember the name of the vampire. It's like the Vorlock or something, who was the vampire in that episode of Buck Rogers, which is very much like the Nosferatu. So it's a very, very cool figure. I do highly recommend picking one up. They have them on Entertainment Earth, and I've seen them in some comic book shops, as well as a few independent toy stores, such as Symbiote Collectibles in Reading, PA. He had him on the shelf. So the nice thing about the Target exclusivity of these figures being gone is that now you can find them in other stores, other locations, comic book stores, places that are selling toys, and you're able to pick them up. So I've got nothing bad to say. This arm's a little weak, but if you're going to do the Nosferatu pose, which is pretty much like that, I guess you could say the fingers could be a little bit longer, but I think they would just break. But the overall creepiness of him is here. The jacket is fantastic. We have an ascot. If you were going to kit bash these, and a lot of people like to do that with Mego, because you get all these great things like shoes and pants, and even his legs here are gray colored. I think this would be a great figure. The coat, if you were going to do some sort of like your own version of Frankenstein. But Nosferatu is definitely on the creepy side. There's a close-up of the head here. Really, really nice. They did a great job. And I can't wait to get more of the Mego horror line. It's just a fun line. It's lots of cool things that you can do. So thank you for tuning in, junkies, and please subscribe to our channel and check out all of our reviews on YouTube. Thank you.